It is I, Donaldus J. Trumpus, your Lord and Messiah and soon-to-be Emperor, still trying to attract never-Trumpers to my cult. Let's talk about the great Republican Party, GOP, a collectible of gross old pigs, grand old pedofinks, grabbers of pooties, grifters of the public purse, goons on prescription pills, a mess of incompetent hypocrites who call themselves the party of law and order, while nominable a man for the U.S. presidency who couldn't pass a security clearance to flip burgers at McDonald's and would never be allowed to push a broom at a public school. Believe me, if you're more tied to a political party than any considerable of doing what's best for yourself and your country, if you want to make America a laughingstock again, if you're thinking of casting a bail for a dementing geriatric sex assaulter who's so incredibly bad at business that he basically squandered the 400 million smackers his daddy left him and forced 6 of his businesses into bankruptcy before adding $7.8 trillion bucks to the U.S. national debt and driving the American economy into the dirt. Well, I'm your guy if you want to vote for a lazy, shiftless sociopath who spent 1 out of every 5 days charging taxpayers to play golf at his own resort. So the rest of his work days watching himself on Fox News and tweeting about what Rupert Murdoch's Kremlin propagandists were instructing him to do. Look no further. If you're eager to have your country led by a traitor who's already stolen 11,000 government documents and left classified information in a toilet to be accessed by a palindrome of foreign agents and enemies of American democracy, vote for me. If you want American intelligence to be ham-boned because the USA's allies refuse to disclose classified information that might get into the hands of Putin's puppet and then transferred immediately to the Kremlin, make sure I'm elected again. If you want a president who knows next to nothing about American or world history and even less about the U.S. Constitution, then I am definitely the man to represent you, believe me. If you're eager to force every female who becomes pregnant to carry the fetus to term, even if the pregnancy would kill her, or the baby would be born dead or severely disabled, or it's a product of incest or rape, or she can't afford to care for it, and it will join almost 400,000 American children already in foster care and the nearly 120,000 American children waiting for adoption that you haven't bothered to take into your homes. So great, absolutely the greatest, so vote for me. If you don't care one whit that I'm so anti-American and intrinsically sociopathic that I'd rather use a cult of wannabe fascists to block Congress, begin an insurrection, and start a civil war than admit that I'm a loser who lost the 2020 election hands down to a man who's actually managed to stave off the utter collapse of the U.S. economy. That definitely would have happened a couple of years ago if I'd been left in charge to practice my usual bankruptcy-causing business tactics. Then, hey, vote for me if you're ready to return to daily ongoing chaos and racially motivated assaults in the streets and protests and riots. Choose me. It's me. I am the king of chaos, the emperor of entropy, the messiah of mess, the monarch of anarchy, the squire of squalor. Everyone says, sir, you were the greatest president of all time. Believe me? Yes, it's true. The most corrupt thug to ever be considered worthy of the American presidency. And the GOP have forced all of you to normalize me and my corruption and pretend I'm just another guy running for president. They're disgusting, believe me. MAGAs and rhinos shoving me down people's throats every day, trying to turn me into America's first dictator, the party of law and order, my diapered ass. Vote for me, vote for chaos, vote for corruption, vote for Russia, vote for dictatorship, vote for vice, vote for nepotism and incompetence and more of me sit-shitting on the Resolute desk. Vote for the end of American democracy. A vote for Trumpus is a vote for a U.S. North Korean hell. Now take a hike. Scavino, get me out of this girdle. Oh, bring me a bucket of chicken and a 6-pack of Coke.